Here and share some information with you. I don't know who's all seen what we're about to show you or what, but we believe this is, one of those things. It's like the horseless carriage, right? How does it go? A good idea whose time has come. It's one of those things where, hey, if you're looking for something to really step up your game, get to the next level, this may be it. I don't know if that's the case. It definitely was for me. Bill Gates says this: every single person has at least 2 opportunities to become a millionaire in their lifetime. The problem is we're either too skeptic or don't have the capital to do so. So we're super pumped up about this. We're working on some things in health and nutrition here, and we're going to take this company to $1 billion, and we're the pioneers. We get shares in the revenue forever. So however much ambition you got, whatever it is, it's totally up to you. But Glenn's going to come up here and share some things with you and run through the details. He's not going to tell you this, but he's very humble about this thing. He makes way more doing this than he does his full-time job in the Army as a soft operator. And we make pretty good money as soft operators, for sure. All those cool toys you see in his garage, if you do see, he paid cash for all those. And it was because of this business. You know what I'm saying? He's got no debt. He's got a lifestyle. It's freaking awesome. So pay attention and, keep an open mind because, hey, we'll see where it goes. But
cool.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah.
Hey guys, really excited to share this information. I'm going to try to go fast, but then I'm going to slow down at the points that I think are definitely important for us to spend a little bit more time on. That being said, everybody have a good day today.
Hell yeah.
Oh. Yeah, hey, if you no, not a good day.
Chapter of soldier.
Okay. Let's put that behind. Hey, any day that I guess you're breathing is still a good day, right?
Yeah.
Hey, if you're living today, you can actually still change, things for tomorrow. If you're dead, you're done.
Exactly.
The book is ended, right?
Yeah.
So today was kind of funny for me. So I woke up this morning and my wife was like, you know what? Your beard is looking good. It's just starting to get like. And she did these things with her
look
hands.
over here,
It's
man.
like, scraggly. And I'm like, okay. We'll trim things up a little bit. Make it smooth. That's the worst mistake ever. If you're ever wanting to grow your beard, just let it grow. Never try to trim because it makes a huge mistake. So I started to trim, and I got successfully kind of started trimming all of this, and I was like, okay, cool, good deal. And then I put down the razor, and then I went and did some other things, and I came back. Never do that. Never start trimming your beard and then come back. Because I came back, and I was like, you know what? I think that there's still a couple of hairs that are, too long. And so I, started using the razor again, and that sound when it takes off a ton of hair?
Oh, yeah. Then you gotta keep
and you're like, I was like, what the heck? And I looked at my face, and my mustache was gone. So I am debating the call. I'm still working through this process if I want to, be Amish or not. So that's kind of what I'm rocking right now is the Amish beard. I just need to grow this out a little bit fuller, now and work on that. But I truly do. My dad was like, you starting to look like Abraham Lincoln. And I'm like, now I really do look like Abraham Lincoln because I just got the beard going on. This morning I had a mustache. I don't have one anymore. So, but nonetheless, stuff happens. We made the best out of it. We, made it still a successful day. I'm excited to share with you Avisae. The Avisae life is really one of your life on your terms. I want you to be thinking about that as we're talking. What does your life look like if you designed it? Think about that for a second. If you design it, what does it look like? Are you someone that likes getting up early, or do you prefer to sleep in a little bit later? Are you someone who likes getting up early, but you don't like to go to work? That's me. I like getting up early, but I don't want to go to work. I just want to get up early, enjoy the morning, hang out by myself, think a lot, maybe take a morning nap around 9, that's kind of me. But think about your life on your terms, what it would look like if you were to design your own life, okay? As I'm going through this information. Tommy talked about an opportunity whose time has come. Absolutely. We're going to talk about health and nutrition and the advancements that we've made within those product categories. And we're also going to be talking about specifically the ability to have a business within the 21st century and be able to build a a significant income stream with little to no overhead. Okay, so we launched this company May of 2014. 2013 timeframe is actually when we bought our domain, and we started operating for business. During the first couple of years, we wanted to figure out specifically what we wanted to do better than anybody else. They call it a niche. When you talk about a niche, right, there's lots of people who do lots of work. Like, so for instance, I know some of you guys are business owners in here as well. Specifically, what is the niche that separates you from all the other businesses that you're now trying to sell yourself to? Like, so for instance, one of the businesses that I have is in construction. And I've always been thinking about, what is my niche? What can I do better than everybody else? Or what can I sell that not everybody else provides? You know? Or sometimes, you know, it's just a little bit of degree of separation, but what separates you from everybody else? So you spend the first couple of years figuring that out, and we have definitely figured out what makes us different than everybody else. We created a product category and a product line that is second to none. You know, all these products are the highest quality ingredients. We don't put any trash or fillers in any of our products. No artificial sweeteners, no artificial colors, non-GMO, gluten-free, all the things that people want to see in today's day and age of health and nutrition. Would you all agree that there's a significant swing going back to natural nutrition? Now, even if people aren't participating in it, they like the idea of natural nutrition, right? I'm not saying that we're healthier now than we were 10 years ago, because the opposite is the case. Every year, we're getting more and more unhealthy than the year before, so far. But we'd like to be able to say that, hey, we're doing our best to make a difference in those numbers, okay? But there is a significant shift back to natural nutrition. During the 80s, there was a ramp up in pharmaceutical. Pharmaceutical companies almost became $3 trillion. $3 trillion. The U.S. economy is $54 trillion. Think about how much money is getting pumped right back into drugs, okay? So we're saying that may have been not the right case to do. Now we're talking about how to help people every single day with just what you consume every single day. Does everybody believe prevention is the best medicine? I do. Okay, think about it like this. If you drive your car every single day, but you don't ever change the oil, you never change the spark plugs, you never do timing on that engine, you never do a tune-up on the engine, how long is that engine going to last? Not very long. I mean, you know, I think that if you don't change the oil, you probably maybe get 20,000 miles out of that engine, depending upon what engine. But if you think about that, how often do we do the same thing with our body, right? We don't do the preventive maintenance all along the way in order to get the maximum efficiency out of it, right? Same thing. If you take care of an engine right, how many hundreds of thousands of miles can it last? Versus if you don't take care of it right, you know, it's going to be dead really early on. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we did is we identified the biggest concerns in the U.S. and all around the world, and we started providing solutions. Now, who here has got an iPhone? Okay, a lot of us, you know, at least half of the room. Okay, how many people had an iPhone, let's say, 10 years ago? One person had an iPhone 10 years ago. Okay, early adopters are the people who really change the game. And if you early adopt into business, there's a lot of money that can be made. Eventually, every single person's going to be using a smartphone. Even your grandma that doesn't know how to work one, she's figuring out how to use the smartphone now, right? Whereas, 10 years ago, everybody's like, I don't need that. You know, hey, I just use my flip phone, whatnot. It's all, you know, it's all good. You know, and before you know it, now, how much of your surfing is on your phone versus on like a desktop or a laptop or, you know, something like that?
All of it.
Yeah, pretty much, right? So, absolutely, there was the early adopters, and then you've got the latecomers, where everybody and their dog now is getting a smartphone, right? So for the people that were involved early on, do you think there would have been a good time to invest in some of these smartphone companies back then?
Most likely.
Yeah, absolutely, right? So most people do not know about gut health right now, but within the next couple of years, they 100% will. Right now, we've got the early adopters who know about gut health, okay? So, what is the gut health, specifically digestion health? We're going to talk about the reason why it's the focus. Our goal is to create health and nutrition from the inside out, starting with the foundation, which is your gut health. It's the very first place that your food goes, right? If that's not working effectively, you can forget making gains. If that's not working effectively, you can forget losing weight. Okay? Also, if that's not working effectively, say hello to a bunch of different kinds of food allergies, allergies in general, and a lot of other diseases and sicknesses. Okay? So we're talking about leading the front as far as gut health goes. The second thing we're talking about is energy and focus. How many people besides me, are drinking an energy drink every single day? At least one. A lot, right? Anybody at work all of a sudden at 12 o'clock see like the energy drinks come out like in swarms? Absolutely, right? I mean, anybody go to work at 8 a.m. and you're like, bro, you're drinking a Monster already? I mean, right? Because we live in a world where we're working a lot. In fact, we're working more now than we ever have. And the reason why is because of the fact of this fifth one right here, wealth creation. We don't necessarily make a lot more money than we did 2 and 3 decades ago, but cost of inflation is incredibly way higher. When my dad bought a 72, anybody that knows anything about trucks, he bought a 72 Chevy, and that is an awesome truck. People buy it today to remodel it, and when they remodel it, it's worth $30,000-$40,000, right? He bought it basically pretty much new in 1972 for, I think it was like $3,600 or $3,700, right? Do you know how much he was making in construction in that year? Pretty much what people make now.
Yeah.
Close to it. How much does a brand new truck cost now?
40, 70 if you want the brand
40 on the low end, right? On the way low end. So you think about the difference in how much more money we have to technically make in order to just live a same kind of lifestyle compared to parents and specifically our grandparents. Okay? So energy, I think it has a lot to do with that. You're like, hey man, 40-hour work week is like the thing of the past. I don't know hardly anybody's got a full-time job that just does 40 hours now.
Right.
Okay. The third thing is weight wellness. Specifically not about the scale, but being comfortable in your own skin. We live in Colorado, which is the healthiest state in the United States, by the way. We are still at 28% obesity. 28%, and we are the healthiest.
That's a horrible lot.
Yes, it is a lot, right? So we want to help people with their weight wellness. The fourth thing is healthy aging. No matter where you're at, I look around the room and I see a lot of people who are young. And, hey, that's fantastic. I remember feeling like I was Superman too. I don't remember at what age it was, but all of a sudden I started, I have a Power Stroke outside that's, got 37-inch tires. And I think every single time now when I look down at the asphalt and I'm like, I'm in the back of the truck, I'm like, that's a far way down. It's like, man, I need one of those old man steps on the back, like you can step on the tailgate, Yes. I'm like, but yet when we were kids, I don't know about any of you guys, I mean, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I jumped off of our barn. It was 12 feet high, onto the ground. And then you did it again. Maybe that's why I've had a couple knee surgeries. I don't know. But it's like, aging happens to all of us, and we want to be able to make it as healthy as possible so you can feel as good as possible. I'm 32, okay? My dad is 62. My dad just two weeks ago, we're not talking about he does this on a regular basis, 62 years old, and he was out there wakeboarding. And he doesn't, it's not like that's like what he does for his activities or anything like that. He's just like, everybody else is like, hey, I'm going to try this out. He goes out there. He even tried to jump the wake at 62 years old. I mean, so, I always think about him when I think about healthy aging. It's like, man, you want to be able to be around, long enough for your kids, for your grandkids. You want to be like Jack LaLanne, crushing steel at 70 years old in the gym. Because age is just a number to some degree. And we want to keep on proving that. The fifth thing is wealth creation. Would you say the average person thinks that they make too much or too little?
Too little.
I'm going to ask you, you think you make too much or too little?
Way too little.
Right? Okay, so Well, if we talk about, wealth creation, I wouldn't say money is the most important thing, but I definitely agree with Zig Ziglar when he says it ranks up there with oxygen.
Yeah.
Right? You need more of it to survive. I don't know anybody that survived today without spending some money somehow. I mean, if you drove here, that's money. If you ate, that's money. Right? If you wash your clothes, that's money. If you brush your teeth, that's money.
Besides food, water, and shelter, what's next? Money.
Right? I mean, so if we think about what we're doing here, if we're talking about making more, making less, I'm definitely for making more. Okay, so this is our product line of what we call our optimal nutrition line. I'm going to talk about a couple more of our products real quick because I said we create health and nutrition from the inside out, starting with gut health, and then from the outside back in. Now, gentlemen, there's a lot of gentlemen here. Skincare is not just for women. Okay? Wrap it in camo tape. Call it hide care. I do not care as long as you're using skincare. Okay? Now, you may see that's purple. Well, it's actually, according to Oakley, that's a hero color. Okay? So, we have now just encompassed the fact that this is the most manly man's, skincare ever. And you can use it to wash your face every single day and make it look pretty. You can use it to remove that, that camo paint after you've been in, on a sniper hide site. Whatever you want to do with it, whatever makes you feel most manly about it. But everybody needs good skincare. Being in Colorado, we're super dry, right? You need good skincare. And you might feel like, hey, I'm, young and invincible and I'm going to look this good forever. Eventually those crow's feet do come in, So, and you get that sun damage and whatnot. So our skincare line is absolutely amazing. It's all pH balancing. Now, the product on the right has got to be one of my absolute favorites, Envi. Envi is a shampoo and conditioner that we created. Now, before Envi, guys and gals, I was because of the military, using like shampoo, conditioner, bath and body wash, like all in one. If I would have used the ones that had the toothpaste and the foot powder in it too, if I could have found it. All in one. You carry less stuff. You don't have to worry about buying as many things. It's like, hey, I'm not quite sure what you're really putting on your skin and your body, but it was convenient, right? So then when I tried a high quality shampoo and conditioner, it totally changed everything. And I say everything because now one of my biggest concerns in life is making sure I don't ever run out of Envi. Now, when I'm preparing for the zombie apocalypse, I store ammo, which I've been doing for a long time. And the second thing is I store Envi, because even when you're running from zombies, you gotta look good. Okay? So, and hopefully those zombies are the slow zombies. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like there's some movies that are slow, some movies that are fast. I'm hoping that they're slow because I haven't been doing a lot of cardio, but I have been doing a lot of shooting. So, hopefully they're slow. Our shampoo and conditioner is incredible. Don't worry. On your way out, we're going to wash all your hair and you're going to be able to experience it firsthand. Okay? Let's talk about some results from the product line. Here's Taylor. Some of you guys have had the opportunity to meet Taylor. Taylor lost 21 pounds from February to April and 11% body fat, but then gained 12 pounds of muscle. Taylor, do you just want to real quick, briefly explain like your transformation from when you started using the product to now, and also your involvement in physical fitness as well more.
So everybody knows fitness is like 80% nutrition. Well, it's a good thing we work with a health and wellness and nutrition company because it made it easier. So I didn't have to go search out and find like Mega Stacker protein mix, and now I don't have to go out and look for Kill You Tomorrow pre-workout because I got all natural products. And they, there's a big difference when you're eating better, you're eating right, you get gains really fast. If I told you how little I actually made it to the gym during that, you'd think I was a liar. I skipped a lot. Not intentionally, just happens. But when you plan to go 5 days a week and go 2 or 3, and you're like, that's not that bad. So it could have been better. But with the gains that I had in such a short period of time, even with skipping gym days and things sometimes, it just made it a whole lot easier. You feel better when you have good products like that too. It actually makes you desire, like you want better food as well, because you can't take good natural supplements and then turn around and eat crap, because then they don't work. And those are the days you wake up and you're like, man, do we have any carrots? You know, you're like, what? Like, what the heck? Who says that? Like, but your body knows what it needs, and you've got to open up the pathway, the communication from your body to your brain and your gut, and you can only do that with good products. And you know, I've overcome a lot of injuries and things like that. I've had brain injuries, separated shoulders, knee reconstructions, ankle reconstructions, and I'll probably one day I'll have to get my back done, but I've got 4 herniated discs and 4 degenerating vertebrae, and because of our products, I don't take anything other than our products, just natural stuff, and I feel amazing. I just maxed my deadlift the other day, which blew my mind because I thought I was months away from that weight that I was trying to get, and I did it, and I was like, I could have done more. You know, it's like, dang it, but that's okay. You know, it's always about that progression, and you won't progress if you're eating like crap. You won't progress if you're eating junk in, junk out. It's true. And so I'm glad I have the stuff that I've got, and I look better than that now. I'm just saying. So I love our stuff.
Yeah, our product line really does. It's going to assist you in doing whatever you want to do. This is Ashley. You know, Ashley lost 24 pounds of 17% body fat from May to August. On the far right, those are my results. Gained 11 pounds of muscle in 12 weeks. You know, I was already, you know, in pretty good shape as far as what I considered. Been staying in pretty good shape for, you know, quite a while. But usually whenever I've decided to bulk, at the same time, you're putting on a lot of fat when you're trying to gain weight. Because of one of our products, specifically Reduce, that's like one of my absolute favorite products. I'm now using it again because my goal is to get totally lean and mean and shredded and put on a bunch of additional gains on my major lifts. But Reduce is an awesome product if you're wanting to lean out at the same time while you're trying to pack on muscle. Okay, so a great product for that. This second group is a little bit different. We are health and nutrition, right? And so think about the difference that this can make for people's lives. Brett's almost 60 years old. He's now lost 100 pounds in 12 months. Okay? Type 2 diabetic. He's now reversed that. Okay? How much of a difference do you think it made in Britt's life to do that?
Probably wakes up every morning just feeling, you know, better. That's not himself.
I mean, when you think about it, I mean, that's a total life transformation, right? Losing 100 pounds. Sharon lost 29 pounds in 3 months. Greg lost 40 pounds in 3 months. Mary lost 61 pounds in 3 months. I love it because just look at the differences in Mary's face from here to here. How much more excited, how much more pride that she's got. You know, I mean, it's just absolutely awesome. Okay, here's some before and afters of our skincare, reducing the depth of wrinkles by 40% in the first 60 days. You know, this stuff, it really is amazing. It's pH balancing, and you're gonna love it if you start utilizing it. Like I was saying before, we launched this company, I was not using a high quality shampoo and a high quality, you know, skincare. Now I cannot live without it. This is awesome stuff. Okay, let's talk about our niche a little bit more. Okay, so the reason why we chose gut health as our niche is because there's 200,000 deaths due to digestive diseases every single year, 45 million different hospitalizations, and 22 million workdays lost, which also creates 66 million. I mean, there's also 66 million cases of heartburn. All of that together, you know, you're talking about $100 billion in medical treatment every single year, and so. Really, this is a big issue. This is becoming an epidemic, you know, as far as people, as far as their digestive systems and it being incredibly imbalanced, okay? So we created what we call a protocol, a Love Your Gut protocol, to repair, rebuild, and rebalance gut health. Anybody ever heard of the term leaky gut before? Heard it? Okay, awesome. If you haven't heard about it, Google it. Google it, okay? Google leaky gut. What you're going to find is some awesome information literally about all of us, no matter your age, no matter how healthy you are leaking into your bloodstream. Okay? We've got these cellular walls, and if my fingers represent these walls, there's a break in between, and we call it a tight wall junction. Our bodies are amazing, and it creates a process called selective impermeability. So when you eat something, certain things get absorbed through that wall lining and get into your bloodstream, like iron. You need iron, right? And you're going to get out of the food that you eat. It's going to get absorbed, okay? But what happens with leaky gut is based upon stress, okay, and also eating food that's loaded with preservatives. You're going to have this process that it starts opening up. Now, when it opens up, as you can imagine, all of a sudden a bunch of stuff starts to go into your bloodstream that you never wanted to go into your bloodstream. That's why they call it leaky gut. Okay, so it's responsible for, like I was saying, 25 different kinds of diseases, including the major autoimmune disorders. So what our Repair Plus is going to do is going to help seal that back up, that tight wall junction. You're going to notice a big difference in the way that you feel immediately, right from the very, very start. This is also, it's like my favorite, I call it the hangover, medicine. When I'm not talking about like a hangover from alcohol, I'm talking about a hangover from food. Okay, you know what I'm talking about, or maybe you don't. Maybe you're still young enough that it doesn't bother you at all. But when you eat a bunch of the wrong stuff and you wake up the next morning, you totally know it. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh man, I'm totally feeling this. You use Repair Plus, it's gonna make a huge difference in the rest of your day. Okay, so Repair Plus is gonna heal that leaky gut. Next, we're gonna move into Rebuild. We're gonna add digestible enzymes. This is literally going to help you break down your food and absorb it much better. Okay, we already said food's loaded down with preservatives these days. It's very hard to absorb. It's very hard to use. So hence why we talk about digestion health is key to making gains, because if you can't absorb the food that you're eating, forget about all the other parts, of good health and nutrition. You got to be able to absorb that properly. So Digestible is a pill. It's not a pill. It's actually a chewable that you add, straight with every single meal. It's awesome. Tastes like Smarties. You're gonna love it. So you're gonna add that to your meals. The next part to Rebuild is Sustain. How about a multivitamin that has the antioxidant capacity as if you're eating 7 to 10 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day? Okay? Antioxidants. I'm simple. I'm a simple Bravo. And what I like to, you're like, hey, just tell me the basics. Tell me in a way that I can understand. Okay, so anybody ever heard of something called free radicals before? Okay, free radicals are basically, caused by everything that can cause stress on the human body. And we've got all these free radicals in our body, right? And when this happens, it creates oxidation. Oxidation is basically turning to rust. We're basically all rusting, turning back to dirt, right? So what free radicals are doing to the body is creating that oxidation, and it's increasing the speed. Antioxidants, oxidation, right? Antioxidant. What it does, fruits and vegetables are the only thing that get in there and actually help scrub it out, and literally can help you age at a snail's pace if you're getting enough of those antioxidants. Also, I'm not claiming that our products specifically do this, but science has proven that the very best way to combat free radicals in cancer and disease, because that's exactly what cancer is when that oxidation process happens, and now that that nucleus started to replicate, and now you got a tumor. Okay, so what you're literally doing when you're putting oxidations in there, you're helping prevent, just to do that preventive maintenance on your body. I'm not saying that it's going to cure any of that, but what I'm saying is that it is the best way to combat those kinds of things. Okay, so you're also going to get a brain compound, a heart compound, and an immune compound in there in the same product. Okay, so it's the best multivitamin. If I could tell you to take one product for the rest of your life, it would be this one. The next part of that is we're adding protein into our diet. You need protein. We all need protein. Whether you're wanting to build more muscle or whether you're wanting to lose more fat, you need protein. Protein is essential to building muscle, and muscle is essential to burning fat. Okay, so you want to increase that protein. Also, if you're somebody like me that you're always, always moving, right? It's much better to have a product like this and be able to make it as a meal replacement rather than, going and spending a bunch of money on a food that's not going to give you any nutritional value, and it's going to cost you $10 to do so. Okay, so rebalance. Now we enter into the microbiome and we talk about the bacteria. The bacteria in our gut, we basically have 5 pounds of it, and it's supposed to be balanced because you have good bacteria and bad bacteria. Our bodies, just FYI, are about 95% bacteria just to begin with. Okay, so bacteria is, once again, important. It's a good thing. The reason why a lot of times we have bacterial imbalances is because I'm not telling you to, hey, go, be a dirty bird or anything like that. But most of the time, human beings, we're too clean now. Than we definitely used to be. I mean, think about it. Our food doesn't hardly have any bacteria in it because it's not living, right? I mean, you think about, we get hit up with, antibiotics. Thank you. I was like antioxidants, so we're gonna talk about that. Antibiotics. We get hit up with antibiotics, right? That kills all the good bacteria. Basically, our immune systems are weak. We are weak. So it's funny because I'm in the military, and when I joined the military, all of a sudden everybody's like, in my house, like you never went to the hospital, like ever. Like I broke a leg one time, and my dad put me in a tub. And then my mom got home, and she's like, Jay, you're a freaking idiot. His leg is broken. Any human being can see this. And so anyway, but we never went to the hospital for like anything. So this was a whole new concept when I joined the military, and people would like tell me, I'm like, hey man, you coming over tonight? And they're like, actually no, we're at the ER. And I'm like, what? Is everybody okay? Is someone dying? They're like, oh, just have the stomach bug. And I'm like, what? I got, I at least wait 3 to 5 days after being sick before I even consider doing something else because I just don't want it to kill my immune system when someone gives me an antibiotic for something. Right? And so maybe, hey, I totally get it. You get out of work if you go to the hospital for something, but it is not that fun. So I don't know why it would be that much better. So what that I told you that story to talk about basically our microbiome. Your pre plus probiotics. You need more probiotics in your diet every single day. Okay. Our cultures, our probiotic cultures are alive. You're guaranteed to get 20 billion cultures to arrive alive in one pixie stick of our product. It tastes incredible. It's like a pixie stick, like a sugar stick that you ate as a kid, except for it's all natural. It's it's definitely not sugar in there. And you're gonna get those probiotics that you need every single day. You're gonna notice a huge difference in the way that you feel every single day, and you're gonna notice a huge difference in specifically, the nutrition that you're eating and how regular that you are. Okay, and so this is gonna make a big difference for that. The last thing you want to talk about here is bliss. This is an adaptogen mist. So it actually helps adapt. Being an adaptogen helps you create more of what you need. So you all heard about serotonin and melatonin, right? Melatonin, basically your sleeping hormone. Serotonin, your happy hormone. So whether one of those is out of whack or not has a lot to do with how we perform every single day. Anybody ever it's like, hey, no matter how much sleep I try to get, still throughout the day, that's all I want to do is just sleep more. Anybody ever been there? Okay.
I had a girlfriend like that.
So absolutely. So our melatonin, probably was off whack, and really we need to be more awake when we're actually during the waking hours and sleeping more efficiently during the sleeping hours, right? So the flip side of that is anybody that's like totally just wide-eyed like crazy, and they never ever sleep hardly, it seems like. Yeah. And they and then it's like eventually they come off their crack and they sleep for a couple days or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But so we want to help balance those out. Also, both of those melatonin and serotonin have a lot to do with anxiety, stress, depression, those kinds of things. So we want to help mitigate those by taking Bliss. Bliss is going to help you get 40% better sleep efficiency. 40% better sleep efficiency. It's going to increase your REM sleep by 28%. Okay? So what if you could just sleep better and more sound every single night? And then when you're awake, you're actually being more productive. You're more focused, and your serotonin's on par. So that is the full protocol for that. I want to lastly talk about this real quick. This stuff's like crack cocaine without all the bad side effects. You get to keep your family and your job. This is the best pre-workout ever. Now, let me address when I talk about the best pre-workout ever, because when people try a pre-workout, they literally are thinking, how do I feel at that given moment? Do I have the shakes? Do I have the jitters? I mean, is it working? Does it make me feel like I just, consumed a bunch of caffeine pills? That is not this. Okay? What it is designed to do is give you the best vascularity or blood volumizer and vasodilator that there is. Okay? So it's going to increase that blood flow to those muscles. It's also got a focus compound in order to be able to create clarity. Because you don't, when you're usually going to do something physical, or if you're going to do something that requires a lot of concentration, you're not just looking for additional energy, you're actually looking for clarity of mind. Anybody ever been like, when I say hopped up, I'm not literally meaning like drugs, but you've been like, hopped up on like a ton of caffeine, but you're like, man, I can't even think straight at the same time. That's not what we're looking for. We want to create focus. Any of you that are really big into lifting or have played sports, you all know that it's about focus. Sometimes you don't want a ton of energy. A ton of energy will actually make you not perform as well. Sometimes what you're looking for is just to increase that blood flow, that vascularity, to get those muscles to do what they're supposed to, but also you want that focus to be able to, like, I've, got over the last couple months pretty big into heavy squats. Marcus is I try to keep up with him on bench. I definitely don't do very well. But squats is like my game. And when it comes to squats, I know without a doubt, I know if I'm going to be successful that day based upon what the war is going on between my ears. 100%. Because you have to know without a doubt that you're going to lift that weight before you ever get underneath that bar. Because if you don't know you're going to lift it, guarantee you you're not. So that clarity, that focus is so super important when you're talking about doing something that requires all your strength, all your stamina, and you need to be able to win that war between your ears prior to doing something that's physical with your muscles, if that makes sense. Okay, so our pre-workout is incredible. Once again, it's a Pixie, so no water. You're just able to hit it back, and you can ramp it up. It's designed so that, depending on what kind of workout that you're doing, you can take multiple sticks. You can start, all the way from the, just one stick if you're just looking for a little bit more clarity, focus, but you're not looking for a dramatic pump, and, from there on. So let's talk a little bit about specifically our opportunity, okay? So most of you have already heard about most of these companies, right? You've probably heard of them all, right? Uber, PayPal, DirecTV, Netflix, Dropbox, T-Mobile. Those are just a couple of many who are very, very successful in today's economy doing what we call limited referral programs. Basically, any of us could have created Uber, any of us, okay? Because they had almost no overhead. What did they do? They created an app so that, tell me your first name again.
Ralph.
Ralph. So, Ralph, when you refer me to Uber, you get a discount on your next ride, and so do I. So how likely are both me and you to refer a bunch of people that we know to Uber if we were getting discounts on our rides? We're going to do it, right? Now, these companies are smart. They have literally no advertisement. They're making all the money. We're getting a discount. We feel good about it, right? It's a win-win scenario, right? Now, what else did they do in order to make it so they had no overhead? They said, hey, Ralph, you can drive your car on the weekend, make some money, and they don't have to even buy a single taxi. Right? So, think about that, how powerful that is. Uber saw the benefits of wealth creation as well, just a lot smaller than we did. They were like, hey, you know what? We can give people an opportunity to make some money. We can be able to give them discounts when they refer us. It's all a win-win scenario, right? Now, why does that work so well? Why does referrals work so well? How did Uber know that they were going to, well, I mean, I'm sure they didn't know, but how were they going to know that they were going to create a successful business off of referrals?
You usually trust the people who refer you.
Right, absolutely. We trust, we were much more likely to listen to somebody that we know rather than just listen to an advertisement, right? Also, anybody got a hobby that they really enjoy? Okay? Okay, think about your hobby. Think about your hobby. First of all, usually when you think about a hobby you really enjoy, you spend a lot of money in it, right? So, I'll give you an example of mine. So you probably heard us all debating. We're all debating about Glock down here, okay? So we're all debating about Glock. Just want to make sure. I want to be safe, you know what I'm saying? So we're all down here debating about Glock, right? Now, I promise you, whether a Glock is the best handgun or not, if you hang out with me long enough, Ralph, you will buy a Glock. Do you already own a Glock? Okay, awesome. You're going to buy 2 now. Okay? Okay. So, if you hang out with me long enough, you will buy a Glock. Shayna, will you buy a Glock?
Yeah.
Absolutely. All the women in the room buy Glocks now too, right? So you hang out with me long enough, you buy a Glock. By the way, Shayna is actually really amazing. She's got a .380 pistol, a Glock 42, that I've seen her actually hit an IP6 still target at 50 meters. By the way, it's a pretty hard thing to do.
I guess.
Yeah, true. No, just joking. No, there's a lot of natural talent there. See, so, we all talk about things that we like. Now let's go through the process of why. So first of all, we try something, right? So like I bought a Glock, right? Or you decide to use Uber, whatever, right? We buy something. Then we use it, and if we like it, what do we do next?
Buy more and tell somebody about it.
We buy more of it and we refer other people to it, right? So think about this. What's the last good movie that you went to? Just think about it. Now think about this. Did you refer anybody else to it after you went to that good movie? Okay? Did they give you free popcorn for that? No. We all got a bad deal. We referred, we made them money, we didn't get anything in return. Right? Same thing. You go to a good restaurant, you refer people back to it, didn't get anything in return. You know, I referred hundreds of people a year to Glock probably. Do you think that they pay me? Absolutely not. They should, but they don't. In fact, I always tell people all the time, I'm like, I'm the best non-paid employee there is. And the reason why is because I'm passionate about it. So, if you could get passionate about pre-workout, passionate about getting a pump, or whatever product, you want to get passionate about, hair care, I can get passionate all day long talking about, hey, your hair is going to be like a chia pet. You're going to come out of the shower, it's going to be like, everything's better when you're having a good hair day. Everything, right? No matter what. I can tell, Ralph, you liked your hair. I like mine too. You know what I'm talking about? Everything's better when you're having a good hair day, okay? So, if you can get passionate about a product, now when you buy, you use, and you refer, now the only difference is here, we make money. We created an unlimited referral program, so when you share information with people, when you refer other people, you make money. How much money is up to you, okay? There is no cap to how much money that you can make here. None. Which I totally love. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about how we make money. Well, first of all, I want you to know you can be a customer or you can be what we call a blue member, basically a business owner. And both of those, use word of mouth. We've already been talking about it in order to refer other people. We've also got these programs that we all, tend to use, social media programs that you can also spread, information very quickly on. I want you to know that if you're using those programs, great. If you're not, no big deal. I grew a business that made me a lot of money without ever even touching any of those programs. But I am using them now. Okay. The fourth thing here, we'll talk about actually how we make income. We make income 2 ways. The first one is linear income. Most of us are used to it. We work one time, we get paid one time, right? So you go to work for 2 weeks, you get paid, you go back to zero. It's home to work, work to home, right? No matter how much money that you are making, if you're doing a job and getting paid for that job, and then you have to get another job in order to make money again, it's linear. So like for instance, let me just ask, and I'm kind of putting you on the spot, but like Jeremy, so like with you owning your own business, is it possible if you want to hustle to be able to make a couple $1,000s in a day?
Yeah, you get up before the sun,
Yeah.
rises, and you're going home at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
Right?
It's possible, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely possible.
So yeah, you can make a lot of money in trading hours for dollars. You can. But no matter how much money it is, it's still linear, right? we have to get the next job in order to make more money, right? We have to work another 2 weeks in order to get paid again, right? So, that being said, when you refer this to somebody, you're going to get a linear referral bonus. Hello? When we refer somebody, you're going to get a limited, or you're going to get a referral bonus, right? But what happens with this product? It runs out.
Yeah, it runs out.
It's like crack cocaine without the bad side effects, so you're going to be hitting it all the time, right? So it runs out. So what happens next? People rebuy. Now, if you made the initial contact or the initial referral, they buy, you make a referral bonus from that, but now every single time that they rebuy, you don't have to be there, and now you're still making money.
So if I referred 10 people and those 10 people bought that pre-workout and kept buying it, I'm making money off of every time those 10 people buy it.
Correct.
Nice.
So every single time. So now you can be, on vacation, you can be at work, preferably on vacation, but you can be doing whatever and you're still making money, right? Now, when I say unlimited is because take those same 10 people that Jeremy was just talking about. What happens when they refer somebody? You still make more money.
Oh, really?
Okay? So how big of a ripple effect can you create? The key, we've already said it, it's unlimited.
So those 10 people can also have 10 people of their own. That's 100
Right,
people.
and now you got 100 people consuming the product. Now you're making a residual income off of 100 people consuming the product.
That's way cool.
So now, let's talk about what it requires in order to be a business owner. Okay, we already said in order to be a business owner, and I think this is ridiculous because in order to actually properly be able to refer, what do you first got to do? You got to buy. You got to use. How in the heck are you going to know how to refer unless you use somebody, or unless you use a product? Okay, so let me kind of real quickly go over this. So if you're starting up a business. Traditionally, most businesses that you start up are going to be pretty expensive to start, right? Before you can ever make a dime, you're going to spend a lot of money, right? Now, with what you're doing here, all you're simply doing is investing into your health and nutrition because with an enrollment, you're getting product. So you're investing into your health and nutrition, but now you have the opportunity to make money. This is your investment, if you will. This is your investment into better health, better nutrition, and now you can be able to use it for whatever you want in order to make more money. Okay? So, these are not the only enrollment options that you have. We have a bunch of different options. These are just the ones that we suggest. Okay? This one right here is $299. It's the full Love Your Gut protocol repair in order to repair, rebuild, and rebalance. Plus reduce that fat burner that I was talking about. That's awesome. This product right here, or this one right here, is that same kit plus a bunch of additional health and nutrition products like Sustain and Relieve. Sustain is the multivitamin. Relieve is our glucosamine for your joint compound in order to reduce inflammation. Okay, it's one of my absolutely favorite products. I used to be, one of those guys that, would take an ibuprofen 800 every single day, multiple times a day, or like we like to call it Ranger candy, right? Now all I specifically, use is our Relieve, and I love it. Okay. Also, with this kit right here, you're going to get every product that Avisae creates. With these two options, there's a really cool aspect to it. You see this where it says legacy shares. So, if you could go back 30 years ago and get shares in a company like Apple, would you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, right? Because we all know what they're going to become. We've already built $2 billion companies. My partners that I work with, they've already built 2 other $1 billion companies. The chances of us developing a third one, I would say, is pretty high, right? Because we've already developed 2. And so the chances of being able to do that and to be able to have shares in the process, hey man, if I'm your brother, I'm going to tell you, hey, get shares if you can. If you can't, no big deal. But I'm trying to get as many of those shares as possible because every single year, based upon the global growth of the company, you're going to get a dividend. And this is only during the pioneer stages of the company. I mean, it won't be around forever, the share options.
Can you currently buy shares now?
So the only people that can get shares are the actual partners So the blue members, like we're not publicly trading, allowing other people to get them.
Okay.
But if you are a blue member, you can get shares when you enroll. You can also earn more shares by helping us grow the company.
Got it.
Okay? So because we didn't want someone that had just a ton of wealth to come in and buy all the invested interests. So it gives the little guy the same opportunity as the multimillionaire in order to build a very successful business and not be able to have those shares as well. So let's talk about how we make the money. Money. Once again, we already said that, hey, money's not everything, but it does rank up there with oxygen. Now, no matter how much money you're making right now, I want you to look at this and think about it as, once again, your life on your terms. How much money must you make? Must you make in order to live the kind of lifestyle that you want to live? In order for you to live your life on your terms, how much money must you make? Okay? So, simply put, when we refer 3 people here, you're going to make $300. Okay? So when we refer 3 people, you're going to make 3 Benjamins. And the reason why I want to show you Benjamins is because we live in a digital world who, there's no emotional connection to money. You just swipe the card, right? I mean, me and Jeremy worked on a couple business ventures together. Do I like cash, Jeremy?
Oh yeah.
I like cash. I try to make cash for everything.
I haven't seen a check from you, man. So I'm good with it.
So $300. $300. When you refer 3 people, you are going to make $300. How fast can you make 3 referrals into better health and nutrition?
A day.
A day?
An hour.
Marcus, how fast can you make it? I already know the answer. It's before lunch. But, if you're making $300, now, maybe $300 is a lot. Maybe it's only a little. But I want you to think about it like this. I mean, I've done some things that I know how to now make a lot of money per hour doing certain things, but those things suck.
Mm-hmm.
They do. It breaks your back. You have to be out in the sun. And I don't mind being out in the sun, but I prefer to be on the sand. Or the water. But just think about it for a second. If every single time that you wanted to, now it's not going to be like it's just going to come to you. That's not how business works. But every single time that you wanted to, you could make $300 for referring 3. How often could you refer 3? As much as you want, right? If you could start by referring 3 every single week and start doing that, how much difference would that make at the end of the month for your take-home income?
Cover my rent, my food.
Lots of things, right? Okay, so an extra $300. So I'm going to leave this up here because at any time you can come and claim it when you refer 3, basically. Okay? So you're going to refer 3, you're going to make $300. By the way, we live in the digital age, so even though I'm showing you like this, it's just going to be automatically downloaded into your account.
Oh, my question then.
Yeah.
Is it every 3? Or just
Yes,
the first 3?
every 3.
Every 3. Got
Every 3. Every 3, you're referring 3, you're making $300. Now, here's what comes next, and it's the coolest aspect of what we do. It's a team. As you can see, everybody in here, we're working together as a team. I don't know about you. You may think, hey, you want to work with us, or you might not. I promise you, you want to work with our team. I had never had access to people who had made, things like $1 million a month, or people who had private jets, or people, who had $5.5 million homes until I started doing business like this. And now they're, mentors of mine that talk to you. Some of you guys got an opportunity to meet them recently, and they're real people, and they will help you. I've never met anybody like that was actually willing to help you that makes that kind of money before. And they'll teach you to do what they do. Okay? So as a team, working together, we now create 3,000 points of volume. 3,000 points of volume comes from the product movement. So as a team, roughly we can usually do this in about a month. Marcus, he did it, basically in his first month, got to that level right there. There's a couple other people in the room that they're absolutely, working in order to hit that in their first month. I believe that they're going to be there. But I want you to think about this for a second. At this point, linear income, residual. So now when you've hit this point, you're now making $300 a month from work that you were doing before. Every single month. You get it one time, now you can be doing whatever else you want to be doing, and you're still making the $300. Okay? So residual, no matter how small it is, that extra $300 that comes in, all of a sudden you're, just chilling out, and on the 6th of the month, all of a sudden an extra $300 rolls in, and it's like, gives you an email that says, you've got money. You've never been more excited about $300 in your life. Because it's residual money that you're like, man, I didn't have to do anything to get that money, and I was getting paid from what I did before.
Yeah.
Right? So, Ralph, I'm going to use you as an example, okay? So, now you got $300 extra coming in every single month. So, I'm the email.
I think
Take $300.
I think it's a spam.
Yeah. Okay. So you got $300. It came in the email. It comes into your account. You got an extra $300 every single month. You don't have to be weird about it. Hey, it's pretend like it's your money now. Okay. You got an extra $300.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So you got an extra $300. What's different about your life now? Anything different if you're making an extra $300?
Oh, I have. Yeah, I would be able to pay my bills a lot quicker.
Okay, cool. So there's some difference, right? You're making an extra $300. Any single time that you refer through, you're still making an additional $300. Now, let's ramp up. Let's go to $6,000. We've actually helped a lot of people do this in their first month as well. But, you know what? Let's just say it takes you 2 to 3 months in order to get there. 2 or 3 months, and now, Ralph, you're getting an email every single month. Then now you got $600. So I was doing the sound because you know how like when you like send the message, it goes, basically. So now you got $600. Now you got mail. You got $600 every single month. An extra $600. Now what does it do for the rest of your life?
Paying off my bills and still letting me have some fun. It's actually gonna relieve. Yeah.
Reduce.
Bring relief to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yes, that stress.
That.
Get rid of that stress. Money is a huge stressor, is it not? Absolutely, right? So now you got an extra $600 a month. Now I want you to think about that $600 for a second. $600 a month, an extra $600. How much at the average job, or how long would it take you at the average job to get a $600 a month pay raise? How long?
20 years.
20 plus
Something like
years,
that.
something like that. Are we promotion studying?
If you're talking about like something like the military organization, even if you're on the fast track, you're usually talking about 3 years in order to get a promotion. So you're talking about 40 hours a week, 120 hours a month minimum for 36 months to make an extra $600 a month. And it's not residual. And now, we teach people to do it in a couple months. All they have to be willing to do is maybe do something a little bit different than they've ever done before. Right? Doing things a little bit different. Trust me, I'd never done anything like this. I'd never referred anybody. Well, I'd referred people to guns. I just had to make the transition into my head that now I was referring them to nutrition and I was getting paid for it. Somehow we all have a problem with getting paid. Trust me, I don't got a problem with getting paid. Now we're going to go from 6,000 to 12,000. 12,000 points of volume. 12,000 points of volume, hey, this is kind of your goal to be able to get there in the first 6 months, even if it took you a year. But, Ralph, so now you're going to add you've got, mail, or you've got money. You've got mail is not a good one, So, now you're going to add an additional, now you're going to add an additional 800, it comes in. And now you got $1,400 extra a month. Right? An extra 14.
Probably. Give me an extra $1,400 a month. That would be sad.
You think about what it does for your life. For most people, it's life changing. Is it not? If you're making an extra 1,400, especially if you're being smart with that 1,400, and heck, even if you're not being smart with that 1,400, it's going to be a lot of fun. Right? It's a life changer. It truly is. An extra $1,400 a month. Now, our goal from there is to go to silver. Silver is making an additional $40K a year, or an extra. Hold on, let me go back.
But they about to put up $40K.
Maybe I get a couple grand.
just kidding. Now look at me pulling up 40K.
He said he is pulling out.
Got an exclusive $1,000 bill or something.
Okay. $3,200 a month. 40K. $3,200 a month. How much of a difference does it make?
Big difference. I'll be out of debt like within the first year.
Yeah, exactly, right? It makes that kind of difference. How much of a difference does it make, Shayna? Heath and Shayna are awesome, and these guys are silvers in on the team, making an extra 40K. They already do, really good at what they do, but they also, have got 5 kids. Those 5 kids are expensive. But I mean, you think about making an extra 40K. So when you guys, first started, hitting silver, and you started making that additional money, what did it feel like to you guys?
It was life-changing. Like, seriously, just to not have to worry and stress and argue over money, because everything was about money. How much it cost, what are we going to do? Well, how much does it cost? Where are we going to go? Well, how much does it cost? Everything was about money. And so it eliminated almost every argument we ever had.
Yeah, awesome.
It
it really does. Now, has anybody ever came to you at work and said, "Hey, let me help you make more money"?
No.
Depending on where you work, then maybe. Technically now they may have, right? They're like, "Hey, let me help you make more money." But but for the most part, it doesn't happen, right? So as a team, right, we were doing these things as a team. This is not you against the world. So that making that 40,000 is going to come actually much more simple than you think, because of the fact that you're working as a team. And I'm asking because I know how awesome that this couple is, but like, if you asked Heath and Shayna, and we'll kind of ask her, right now, because you guys have never done anything like this before.
No, absolutely not.
Now, did you feel like, when you were having that team grow and things, did it almost become like, to some degree, is like overwhelming, like as far as, hey, there's a lot of other stuff going on besides what we're just doing?
Yeah, there were meetings happening that we weren't part of. There were people going to work for us that, made us money. We were going to work for other people that made them money. It was just incredible how everybody was working together. We all had a common goal, which was to help each other. And it was beyond anything that we could have done on our own or dreamed about doing on our own, because we had no idea when we started what we were doing. We just had faith in our friends, Glenn and Stephanie, that they were going to be with us the entire way, that they were going to help us, and that we were going to learn as we went along. And it was an amazing experience to go through. We're still learning, we're still growing, and we're still part of the process of people helping people. It never stops. It's incredible.
I couldn't have said it, any better, myself. The exact same thing happened for me. I was like, hey, I thought about when I started teaming up with these partners, it was like teaming up with Bill Gates. I knew nothing about how to build a business like this, but what I did know is that if Bill Gates is about to offer me a job, I'm going to take it. Because it's Bill Gates, right? And the coolest thing is these guys didn't offer me a job. They offered me my life on my terms. How I saw it. Not how they saw it, how I saw it. Okay? So when we have helped create, this is the coolest part where it goes back to helping other people make money. When you've helped create 3 silvers, when you've helped create 3 Heath and Shaynas, when you've done that, you are now going to be making $100,000 of residual passive income every single year. Basically another $10,000 a month. So times that by 3. What you got in your hand right there. Now, Ralph, I want to ask you. Here's the rates. These are the annual rates. Okay? This is annual money. So I want you to think about this for a second. And first of all, I wish I would have asked for the earning potential when I joined the military. That was a dumb. They were like, hey, you got any other questions? Yeah, how about a good one? How much money can I make? But I didn't ever ask it. So you actually know now up front what you can make. You just have to be willing to claim it. And you don't have to, change, your job or your MOS, and you don't have to worry about, selling your soul and becoming an O, or no, just joking. I'm just totally joking. But anyway, And so you can, but you can actually choose your rank. You can choose your rank and then go to work to create it. So Ralph, how much money would you must you make in order to live the kind of lifestyle that you want? I don't want you to think about what you want right now, but in order to ultimately live the lifestyle that Ralph, his life on his terms, how much money must you make?
A lot. I don't know. Hard to say that. I love to do a lot of things, and a lot of it costs.
So look in there in those incomes and pick one of those gems.
Honestly, it'd probably be around like the white diamond, blue diamond.
Okay.
I would love to be in the black diamond.
Okay.
I'll be having money.
Oh,
I told you.
So there's $30,000.
Told you. Yeah, somewhere.
$30,000. $30,000 to $40,000 a month would give you your black diamond. Think about that for a second. 30 to 40,000. If you've got that much money coming in, and it's extra, I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, what are you gonna do about your life? I mean, really, you got to design it, right? I had said in the very beginning, you need to design the life that you want. Because until you figure out how much you must make, you'll never create it. You never will. You got to know how much money that you must make. And once you do, it's amazing. This might sound like a bunch of, crazy talk, but I believe in crazy. The universe will bring it to you if you know what you want and you're willing to get
I have a
it.
personal question for you.
Yeah.
Do you believe in the law of attraction?
Absolutely,
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Well, when you figure out that you must make $40,000 a month, you'll learn how to make $40,000 a month.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But you got to know, if you're okay with what you're making now and you don't have something that you must make, not a chance, not a snowball's chance in hell that you're going to ever be able to create it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm encouraging you now to figure out what you must do in order to have your life on your terms. Because so often we think about, hey, I don't want to do that. Forget about the doing part. Just think about what you must have and find the vehicle that will give it to you. Right? Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm almost willing to do anything as long as it's ethical and moral in order to have the life that I want. Some people, even those can go, right? But so pick out the income that you must have. And then let's just start. Let's just start checking them off the list. Hey, if black diamond's it, man, we can cruise right along in month 1 already be up to somewhere in the pro ranks. We can keep cruising along, and between month 6 and 12, we can be in the executive ranks. We can keep cruising along, after the first, 12 months to 2 years, we can be in the boardroom ranks, the lifestyle ranks, within 2 to 5. And this is just one avenue of making money. Do you think when you start making that kind of money that you may be finding other ways to make money too? Now you're using your money to make more money. Can you imagine making from one cash cow an additional $40,000 a year, and then being able to use that $40,000 in order to start actually creating other opportunities for investment, other opportunities for expansion? You can turn that $40,000 into $120,000 pretty dang fast. That's why they say the rich get richer, is because they've learned how to use money in order to make more money. The rest of us just trade hours for dollars. Yeah. Right? So, right? So, from here, basically we just help people get started. We help them figure out, hey, do you want to be a customer? Because it's okay. Well, we talked a lot about opportunity, and we're passionate about health and nutrition and helping people with their wealth creation. We are. Because I totally believe lots of hands mean light work. And I also believe that by creating a team, you're going to have a lot more fun. Most of the people that are that are here, they're already involved with this. you know, if you've been hanging out with a team, that we like to have fun. We like to try to get around, you know, do things together, learn together, but also, you know, do a lot of fun things together. You know, recently we rented out a, you know, wakeboard boat like we were talking about, you know, when we just all went and hit the lake. You know, we oftentimes, you know, as a team, we go to the range and just burn out, you know, a couple thousand rounds. You know, a couple times a year, we're usually going to spend, you know, a weekend, you know, in multi-million-dollar cabins and up some of these awesome mountains that we've got here, and just, you know, getting together, spending time together, and also planning the future, where we want this company to go. We're asking people to come in and collaborate, not to come in and just be a type of employee. We want to know how we make it better, and we all know that there's only one way to do that, and that's by creating a good team. Because you know what? You may be the very, 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 very best, Ralph, at details. That might not be true either, but I don't know. But anyway, you may be the very best at details. You're really good at counting that money. I'm good when it comes to counting money. You know. So you may be the very, very best at details. I'm gonna you know, let you in on a little secret. I am not.
I used to carry cash a lot.
I'm not good at details. Just letting you in on the secret. Unless it comes to counting money, not good at details. Okay? So, I've got awesome people in the team that help remind me of the details. Like, actually, Glenn, it's this percentage. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. I appreciate that. You know? But one thing that I am good about is seeing where we're going. The vision of where we're going. And, you know, we need everybody on the team, anybody who wants to be here. If you just want to use a product, we really appreciate, you know, you supporting our company. And, you know, giving back to, you know, small businesses. But really, together we may have small businesses in the beginning, but, you know, together we're going to create, I mean, a huge, huge, huge company. And it's a company that's, you know, like I was saying, is able to create our life on our terms. So I, you know, ask you, hey, are you a customer? Are you a product sharer? Or are you an income earner? You know, do you want to make, you know, $300 a month? Do you want to make $40,000 a month? How much do you want to make? You know, and then we start to go to work and we start to create it together. So, I've already went over more time than I wanted to. I want you to, before you leave here, get your questions answered. Ultimately, the worst thing that could ever happen is, like Tommy said, you know, Bill Gates, you know, says that everybody's got an opportunity to become a millionaire in the United States of America. The difference is that either people are too skeptical in order to take a risk, or they lack the capital. That fortunately, here, we have both of those covered. It doesn't require a lot of capital, and the risk is better health and nutrition to begin with. Okay? So, hey, if this is for you, welcome to Avisae, welcome to your future, and thanks for your guys' time tonight.